give Danganronpa 2 goodbye to spare, where this trial makes me go. The most recent solve we just made was that the elevator does not actually go up one floor or up 3 floors to the next thing, but actually rotates around this entire enormous funhouse building while going up a floor, and you don't feel that because who cares? The original explanation for why you didn't feel it is because it doesn't actually have to go that far because it's traveling between the same building horizontally. But then they were like, well, actually it does go vertically like a normal elevator, but it doesn't have to go that many floors, so and it's an efficient elevator, so you don't feel like for that. And now they're like, it spins around the entire outside of the building, but you don't feel it because, listen, we're past that, all right? Just accept it. Either that or there's another twist with it coming. I just can't help but roll my eyes. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Weapon that killed Nekomaru, and how'd they combine it with the
I got a feeling we're about to hit the to be continued point.
You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know?
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my. I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
It's the floors above? What an octagon means? An 8-sided shape! As in we going from a 4-sided shape to a 6-sided shape to an 8-sided shape. If I recall! So you're saying it's floor 9. Well, no, that can't be, because you got to the octagon and you were... Well, you were above the trees. I suppose we don't know that you were in, still in Strawberry House at that time. Except that is... The whole reason we said Strawberry House is above Grape House was because you assumed you were still in Strawberry House at that time while you were in that hexagonal shape.
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
It's probably Hajime that people were joking about not knowing what an octagon was then earlier.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
If we're saying that Strawberry House is above Grape House, then Octagon would be below Grape House. The place befitting of the name Octagon? It's probably... down. Hey, which place could be the Octagon?
Crap!
Everyone's staring. Look, I just made a fool of myself in front of everyone. Oh, wait. The elevator's the Octagon? Huh, why? I was trying to point at first floor of Strawberry House, actually.
Crap!
Wait, I don't understand. Strawberry House is the Octagon, but it's Strawberry House 4-sided? Wait.
Crap!
Wait, I have no idea what we're saying now. I guess we'll just pick everything. The tower next. Isn't the tower circular? I agree. Wait, the octagon should be below the hexagon. Under the ground. But that's not an option. It didn't let me pick that. Oh, it's not the stupid archive, is it? So they want me to say 3rd floor of... no, I have no idea what we're saying here. I did. You saw me fully click below Grape House first, right? No, I'm not understanding. I don't know. I tried both halls, the tower, Strawberry House, the elevator, and Grape Tower, and Grape House, and below Grape House, which is where I would have assumed it was. And it doesn't let me select above either. Don't think. Sorry, I'm real stupid over here. This isn't making no sense to me. My cursor doesn't even light up when I'm on certain places here. I mean, I suppose it makes sense. He didn't actually take an elevator out anywhere. So it would, if we are going to be like the octagons below everything, that doesn't really make sense with how he moved through the Evil Dead room, the Final Dead room, unless that whole Final Dead room was an elevator or something weird. I guess we'll just take a game over here, and I'll just click everywhere, because I really don't care to mess with this any longer.
Here!
Oh, the 3rd floor of Grape Tower, the thing I picked earlier on.
Talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the Final Dead room.
Excuse me? How was that spot that I clicked? The final... Yeah, I get it's the Final Dead room. What was the spot that I picked? How was that in any relation to that?
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided Strawberry House is on top of the 6-sided Grape House? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
Okay, quick question. Why did it work when I hit it then? No, so, well, wait a minute. We did not have anywhere near enough information to declare that the 4-sided shape was cut out like that. I would have assumed it was cut out from the middle, making 2 triangles on either side. And that the diagram was just showing it that way for ease of viewing. How could you possibly know it was shaped like that unless you were Nagito Kamaeda? How could you know?
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final
And when we
dead
were
room.
playing this part, they didn't let us go around the whole room anyway, so how could I have known that? From this image here, where you can see there's a gap between the quadrilateral's wall and one hexagon wall, I would have assumed that just meant the quadrilateral was smaller than the hexagon. Not that it, like, is pushed to one side.
In
How
actuality,
the fuck could I
does
have known
contain
that?
Various weapons.
That's ridiculous!
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Like they
Like
dropped
me,
the elevator on him
the
or something.
killer probably realized the secret of the
Or
funhouse.
like
from
dropped
the
it with
seawall,
him in it or something
and
weird.
then thought of a way to kill, making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon. So they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
I guess they're trying to say I should have known that the elevator, well, that the quadrilateral was pressed against the side of the hexagon in the floor plan because the elevator goes straight from it. But I had no way of knowing whether it went. Well, no, that doesn't make sense because the elevator, if it's on a curved rail, it could just curve into the. Yeah, I still don't know how I was supposed to know that. The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who was the killer who did that? There's your to be continued. Alright, that was maybe the stupidest thing this game has said yet. Well, no, it doesn't quite come close to. Peko killed Mahiru in front of the camera and then tried to convince Monokuma with Jedi mind tricks that she didn't. Or that she was ordered. Why, hello there! I thought of a new bad word to call Monomi. I can already tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm already used to insult and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monomi, is it serious, Stoufatly? That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stoufatly, huh? That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. That's a perfect set stream attack incorporating all three. Do I have to read this? Can I just skip it? I'm just going to skip it. I'm so not into this. Whatever it is. That means I'm skipping you too. Sorry. I just want to get back into the trial right now. I couldn't be arsed.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Well, it's been done, so
mean,
let's
That's
forge
not
on
what's
ahead, please.
important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
Not enough to tell us what's going
What
on.
happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm
Means take
disappointed
back.
too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Yes, please.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know. Akane, you were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or
Anyway,
not.
if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building's structure? Falling or crushed by the elevator, one of the two.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
Like they somehow got Strawberry Hull's door open while the elevator was on Grape thing and pushed him down 3 flights. You wouldn't think that would kill a robot, but
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both
he took a
towers and
bazooka
houses are
to the
vertically
chest.
connected,
So 3 floors wouldn't kill him, but
then the killer made use of its height
Whatever.
and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
so he fell onto the pillar and that's why it broke. That would make some
Are you
sense.
saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Unless you're a mechanic.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? I suppose it's also possible that he was like the chains on the No, that would be from Grape Tower. That doesn't make sense. Hang on. Oh, like maybe he was hung from the doorknob from his foot? And then he woke up and started thrashing around and it broke off or something. I don't know. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident. I need to solve that mystery next. It's possible they didn't shove him, but they set him up to fall somehow from that door. Night button, vehicles can't contact elevator, clocks alarm timer, broken doorknob. Let's try broken doorknob for a moment.
When the
It's like
elevator is
something
on
to
the
do with it.
1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Possible to shove off?
Then, how about
I can
this?
disagree with that.
After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on.
Oh, like they
Did
put
you
him in a
forget
sleep
the
mode?
elevator has a sensor?
I
As
see
long
what
as
you
there's a
mean.
moving object
No,
inside.
wait, the button.
The other door
Slow down,
won't
come
open.
back, no! Okay,
Which means the elevator.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
so we're saying it moves fast enough that you would die from that, so we're saying he was in sleep mode and just the elevator like zoomed
Hold
down
on. As long as there's a moving
fast
object.
enough that he fell with it
that's
and
wrong.
died. I guess. Then you wouldn't understand why the pillar broke, I guess.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes.
So this is presumably where the
That's what I
tied up
was about to
thing comes from.
explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me. Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? I'm assuming the wire is involved. The wire and maybe the doorknob. So I will start with equipping wire.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the
I
elevator.
can disagree with cause the drop, so it's not that.
So you're telling us all
Unless I'm absorbing that.
to think about the arrangement, right?
Do not
What
interfere.
arrangement is? The hammer is suspicious.
Not
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
yet.
What about the oil on the floor?
Well, no, not yet.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
It did.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
I'd like to hear.
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
I didn't. You didn't let Chiaki finish. Okay, so am I meant to? Oh, you can't. No, sorry, you can't absorb agree points. If Nekomaru's inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation? Hang him from the doorknob, I think is what
If
we're
you
trying to
arrange it
say.
a certain way,
So I put wire
you can
on
cause the
the
drop-
doorknob
So you're
thing?
telling to think about the
Or do I put
arrangement.
doorknob on the doorknob
The
thing?
hammer is
I'm not sure.
suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Okay, it's that
I
good.
agree with that.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right.
Head first,
He
no
was
less.
suspended in midair.
Doesn't head toward the ground.
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode, tied the tip of the wire into a knot, and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower, and suspended Nekomaru in midair.
And then all you'd have to do is turn the knob.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence!
The joke was
Killer took
penises,
advantage
in
of the
case you were
elevator's unique
having any
feature.
doubts.
Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Let's hear it.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
I assume what we're getting at is the alarm went off and woke him up and startled him, so he jostled himself off it. Or I guess maybe you could just turn the doorknob from up there. I don't know. Alright, it's starting to seem like maybe it is Kazuichi again. I don't know. Tipped over pillar, mid-looking hammer, pillar fragment, I guess, clock's alarm timer.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
I can disagree with that.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Nope.
Allow me to cut through those words. What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
And this is where they're going to get at, well, but that would mean that he died at 7:30, but we know that the bang happened at 5:30, and we're going to be like, clocks!
You woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why.
You would thrash about.
If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
Not at all, they're in the middle.
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power! With an fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... Not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to
I
find.
see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said.
Wait, sorry. 2 seconds. The clue he left? As in, you think he intentionally broke off the doorknob at that time? But that would lead to him dying. Wouldn't it have made more sense for him to... If he had a rational thought at that point, he would have just waited for someone else to try and enter the tower and then called out, hey, I'm up here, right? That maybe he just means left behind inadvertently.
I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this?
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor.
Hit the pillar first.
Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was, he collided with the pillar.
See!
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar
Connor's like,
shattered. And why oil was
knew
spilled
it.
all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Except to wonder how they, no, well, I suppose you're right. I was gonna say how they, did all that stuff with Nekomaru. Got Nekomaru up that high, but we already said that they did that while he was up on that, the elevator was up on that floor, and they just lowered the elevator, so anyone could do that. You don't need technical know-how to mess with the elevator
Then
on
what
that
about the alarm?
front.
I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there,
If I guess the Kazuichi still seems suspicious because we're assuming it takes some technical know-how to mess with the other clocks, since one of them's like mounted on a wall, for instance, like some of the ones in the on the first floor. That is the actual the first floor in the North American sense, the ground floor of Strawberry House. 1F of Strawberry House, not the lounge. The place with the contact elevator. There are wall-mounted clocks there, too, that would not be easy for someone without a bit of technical know-how to disassemble and reassemble. So I guess that's why Kazuichi still looks dodgy to me. But, I mean, you know, in addition to all the other things.
Hold on, baby gangsta.
stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Another mystery I don't understand? Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. And it is the clocks elsewhere. Good night, Fihiko's account. Wall clock. I guess wall clock. Which, says what? It doesn't mention the thudding sound here. Was that one? Okay, it's a Kane's account. Maybe. Sorry, do I have that?
Before 7 a.m.,
I don't.
I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
I didn't hear what you just
was
said.
set for 7:30 a.m.
It was, I agree.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
It's the time the body was discovered.
The killer probably did some tampering.
With the wall clocks.
They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Can I disagree with that? This here? Okay, well, I mean, that is what I'm disagreeing with. What? That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, is Nekomaru's clock here?
Great Tower. Before 7 a.m.,
Yes, sorry.
I am certain.
But the alarm inside was set for 7.
That's what I was supposed to say. It can't be tampered with, period.
The killer
I was
probably
saying,
they probably messed
I
with
was
the
I was
clock
just
inside
disproving that by saying it was the
No,
other
that's
clocks that were
wrong.
tampered with, but this makes sense as well. Don't even
No,
need to hear the
clock
rest of
inside
that.
His chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
That clock.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the
If it is
clocks.
Kazuichi, though, it's weird that he would
And
bring it up.
because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
Yeah, they're wrong.
There's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food!
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. It's gonna be a... Oh, it's a... Logic dive, good! I was worried it was gonna be a hangman, and I was gonna be like, tampered with clock? There are like 8 million ways to say that. Zoom, zoom! Time for more things to spring up out of the ground. In improbable sort of ways. I pressed jump! Did it lag or something? What the H? Am I supposed to be skipping these speedy ones? I don't know. Sometimes they're all of a sudden they're just like speedy ones bad. What Hajime and the others misunderstand the time in the building, I guess. I mean, we misunderstood who the killer is and where it happened several times in this already, but what we're talking about now is the time. I don't even really know why that's a question, since that's the thing that's in contention. I'm having a thrilling time jumping from platform to platform. Question 2! Which clock was tampered with? The building's clocks. I don't really understand why there's a third question. That should be enough, right? Then we know that Nekomaru's was right, so these ones are 2 hours off. Anyway. I'm probably wasting more time by avoiding these obstacles than just letting them hit me and taking the damage. Question 3, please. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses, because all of the houses were the same. Fihiko said. Zoom.
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
You say that like you didn't already realize that was the case, but you've been acting like you knew all along.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Really? Don't you think that's pretty stupid of the killer to do? Changing the clocks away from the magic clock we've established over and over is perfect and correct. It just proves there was foul play.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. 2 hours. With Akane's account, I suppose. Yes. Set Akane's account or the alarm,
If the time
maybe.
in the building was on, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
Disagree. Smash sound.
Time of death. It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
I agree.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
5:30.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Yes, the smashing sound.
If only I
Sorry.
heard the sound when he fell.
The sound when he... I guess Akane's account there? That's a weird way to phrase it, but yeah.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well, that sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
If only there were some way to do that math.
Probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane.
If that rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to how much our time was off was literally right in front of
I
me.
see.
Octagons,
Nekomaru's
7 minus
alarm
5.
went off at 7:30.
We're just full of
If
the
we heard
fun.
the sound of his impact at 5:30,
Highbrow math today.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
I mean, Monokuma did almost everything in his power to
Plus,
tell
the
you, but
Funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
great
The
alibi.
reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only
If you
Nekomaru?
messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
No, because Nekomaru was using the alarm and then waking everyone else up. We weren't using the alarm clock, the wall clock's alarms to wake up. We were either just hoping, or like we were just getting lucky, or Nekomaru was waking the others.
From
So I
there,
think it was done to
the
create an
killer's
alibi.
plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing? If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is,
I see.
I guess.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
So I guess I'm just misremembering again. I thought everyone else was getting to the Monokuma Tai Chi in time because Nekomaru was waking them up. Because when they first heard the alarm ringing from the wall clock, they were like, I didn't know this thing had an alarm. So they weren't using that. Peko, my darling angel, could you please roll the clip of Fuyuhiko saying, I didn't know this thing had an alarm? This is the clock everyone's been talking about, right? I never knew this clock had an alarm function.
Hey, what are you doing?
This raucous... It's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice!
Don't go making all that noise so suddenly. It's not me. The wall clock just started ringing. I was just trying to stop it.
Thank you so much. So it's kind of ridiculous to imagine that everyone else was waiting somehow for the clock to... What?
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
Which was actually
And
7.
if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
You all ditched.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to dish Monokuma Tai Chi, but it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking
It wasn't
about
intentional?
tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery.
I would
Now
love
that we
nothing
found
more.
out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Everyone in Grape Tower.
Remember now. The sound was
Sure
so
you
loud
do.
I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both
Nagito.
on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Why do I always go the long way?
You're the only one!
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there.
Sorry, I'm a little confused. I don't understand why we're saying that someone from Grape House couldn't have done it. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's confusing because I guess we're saying that the killer was just hiding in the tower, waiting for Nekomaru to show up, and then hit his switch, and then tied his leg to the door, and then left. But why would Nekomaru have gone into Strawberry Tower? Are we saying the elevator was already broken then, but it was broken on the Grape Tower side? And well, but then I guess that doesn't matter because you can go through with the final dead room. But I'm just trying to build a picture of this in my head of how that comes to be. Nekomaru walks downstairs, says, "I gotta get to the elevator," presses it, doesn't do anything, and he goes, "I guess I'll try Strawberry Tower." Instead of going and making the others and being like, "Hey, this is odd, isn't it?" Because if he assumed everyone was already there ahead of him, then he knows that Strawberry Tower button wouldn't do anything, so he wouldn't try that. He would go and get everyone else. Like, he would go check the rooms and see if it... I don't know.
It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Same as Sonia, apparently. He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me.
So maybe it's like the farthest away room, can't hear
I
it?
did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House, but I did not hear the rumbling sound either.
But Nagito was saying he
Is
didn't
that
hear
not
the
strange?
wall
I
clock
mean,
also.
Everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear
Oh,
it.
right, you're sorry. The premium
does
rooms
that
are
mean?
sound insulated. I forgot about that.
You still
Duh.
don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common. And I'm sure you'll figure it
I
out.
was like, they're too far to hear it. The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common? Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Premium rooms. What are we calling them? Good rooms? High quality room? Perfect room? Great room? Or just guest room? Guest rooms? Deluxe rooms, maybe. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Hey, you anytime, please? Thank you. Ah, you cheeky bugger. Oh, sorry, I can use the E now. Oh, I can do it while I've got a thing in. I see. Oops. Oh, it's rooms, sorry. I was like, deluxe room! Deluxe room!
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
God, it's been so long since they told me that.
Sorry, the guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the common room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Oh, well, I don't know. Kazuichi, get over here. You punk. You rapscallion.
Seriously, I'm not the killer! I was sleeping in my room and I bolted out of my room after hearing the alarm. What's so suspicious about that?
It's not Kazuichi? Duh, deluxe room should be the clue. Why? No, I don't get it. No, so, what? Oh, who cares? I'm just gonna pick everyone. It was me.
That's right, it was me! Wait, huh? That's not possible.
No, it's not the time for me to fool around. Oh, does it give me the same bit of time every time? It's you, Gundam!
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Did he have the deluxe room? I don't remember who had the deluxe room on that side.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
That makes enough sense as to why they were making Sonya and Gundam so friendly,
probably
though.
Couldn't return to his room because
Because
of
it's their
Fuyuhiko.
holding pattern to make people... The two characters like each other and kill one of them.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right?
Why would he not just go back in his room then?
If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
But when the alarm rang, you and Fuyuhiko both ran out and started arguing about it, facing away from the room, so why would he not just go back then?
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off.
And also, how would you know Fuyuhiko was there without going there and having him see you?
And they were supposed
The
to
hamsters?
stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
Alright, sorry, I'm not really picking up on a single word that's been said the past 3 minutes. What? Come again? They tried to go back. In the original plan, they should have returned to their room before the alarm went off, but they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go, which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm in the room. Just like, but the best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in the room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Well, that would have been the worst case scenario here because he wasn't in his room. If what you're saying is true. That's only the best case scenario if he managed to get back to his room. But anyway, okay.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room. and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
But why even go up and start talking to them about it? Why not just sneak around back to your room when they're distracted with this?
Hey, what are you doing? This ruckus, it's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out.
Why?
That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
What do you mean? Just because he wouldn't have been sleeping? I mean, Sonia wasn't sleeping. Just be like, I was restless. What do you mean he couldn't have gone back to his room? I have no idea what we're saying.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Like, if they want me to say that they obviously would have noticed Gundam walking by, well, that doesn't make sense because he ran up from that side anyway. What?
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
I, for one, do not.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected
No,
by all
Chiaki,
of
remember,
you.
every
It seems it was
single
actually
person
horrible
in
timing
the
on my
entire series, except for Makoto Naegi, is the ultimate lucky student. So, there's no such thing as a coincidence.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway.
I mean, I don't have to say anything about why that's an annoying thing for him to say, right?
So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know?
Can we just go back to the thing where we're like, we chase all the leads because we don't want to suspect our friends or whatever?
Hey, what do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
I struggle to think of anyone aside from Kazuichi who would have had the technical know-how to disable the elevator and mess with the clocks in a way that, like, actually obfuscates things. I don't really believe hamster power allows you to get at a clock that's like 12 feet off the ground and embed it into the wall and change it and replace it all without leaving a sign.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct?
And so how did you disable the elevator on Grape Tower side? Is that what you're going to say?
Going to and fro is busy enough as it is. How would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
Your specific choice of words, the human who took the elevator that way, feels pointed.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing, which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. It's alright. Good night button for Hiko's cat, wall clock, contact elevator, clock's alarm time, broken doorknob.
That
Let's hear it.
Was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Oh, okay. Do I have Nagito's
that
disappearance or
elevator
whatever?
is broken,
No, I don't.
your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we
So I
stop
must have
this
some memorized
already?
secret passageway, maybe? It is really sounding like Gundam now, although I have no idea why. Sorry, what was that you said? Oh, no transcript, of course.
As long as that elevator.
So I guess I put secret passage on the only means of travel.
If the killer cannot...
Since
Don't know why it doesn't just give me Nagito's
It would have been different.
thing.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator, the only means of travel between the two.
No,
For Bluey.
that's wrong.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Okay. Nagito, get over here.
You're the only one!
Well, no, you're saying
You
Gundam
should
also
know.
used it. So he's not the only one, but...
What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, what? Yeah, I remember what was said.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House.
The third... Oh, yeah, sorry,
Isn't
that's right.
that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Sorry?
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no
Well, we're
way
assuming they
they
got
would
everything
know.
from the final dead
That
room,
is
so...
merely an illusion you have fabricated
wire and
from
everything.
your own suspicion.
And the hammer, especially.
If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Right, wire, good night button, tripped over pillar fragments, I guess wire.
Even if
Where
the
they've
turbid
gotten the
box
wire.
doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh, I got so much there. His argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. Just give. Okay,
Even
sorry.
if the
That's...
turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
He probably means try providing the evidence that we could have went to the Octagon, right? If that's the case, I should have it too. Oh, okay,
Know
sorry.
the
I was
limits
supposed to
of
put it
your
on
own
the
reasoning.
maelstrom thing.
You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of...
Allow me
Okay,
to
I didn't know I was allowed to
those
put it there.
words. The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body.
I don't know what would have been so wrong with him just saying, you have no evidence the killer went to the Octagon instead of the maelstrom thing, but whatever.
The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
But this one is too long and
There's
dumb
no
to do that.
reason to waste any more time on this opening act, so I'm going to end this right now. Hey, what do you... First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to
Oh,
lure
there's no
only
left click?
Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just
Ridiculous.
like we did when we found out the elevator
No, he
was broken.
wouldn't.
Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that.
No!
At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place.
Yes, we
Also,
did.
The button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken.
Nagi
so he
too.
was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Would they have been able to just come up with another plan? Wouldn't Nekomaru be like, hey, wait a minute, why'd you guys show up 2 hours late? Oh, I guess the clocks are messed up. Okay, we know someone tampered with the clocks. And then it would be a lot harder. Sorry,
Through
carry on.
this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting it.
Hold on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
Yeah, fine
Fools
question.
Do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
All right, dog. Happens to the best of
What
us.
do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Hajime, we haven't played the dumb rhythm game yet. Of course he's got more.
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
But your hamster's
It's even
good.
more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
It wasn't.
Just as I thought. Truly frail.
So is the fourth thing going to be
Succumbing
used
so
your
easily
hams?
to this
You
simple
used
argument,
your
it was
hamsters?
just a mere illusion.
Or used your hamsters?
If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Okay. What are the controls for this again?
I won't let you!
Left mouse to target,
For the
right,
Tanaka
okay.
Empire! Wither!
How do I reload? Right.
Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
What? 0 stock? How is that possible?
Crushed as David prophesied!
What?
Show me the cadaver!
Oh. I see. Okay, so we're not reloading because I'm not pressing tab in time with the beat. I see.
For the Tanaka Empire!
I'm just holding it on the beat.
Wither!
Okay. So I was right. I was entirely right, and I hate that.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire!
Wow,
I
that
won't
really
let
could
you!
have.
For the Tanaka
I didn't mean to do
Empire!
favor. Sorry, I'm fucking this all the way up.
Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
I'm so tired.
Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I
Wait,
won't
why is
let
the...
you!
Oh, I see. The music
For
is
the
desynced with the
Tanaka
beat thing
Empire!
again.
Wither! Crushed as David prophesied!
All right, before
Do you
Dark
really think
Davis.
I can get me?
This is the end.
I hate it when the music desyncs with the beat you're trying to hit, because I'm trying to click it in time with the music.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams.
We've seen him do it with these
We saw that
ones.
with our very own eyes, right?
I wonder what his motive is going to be, though. Is it just going to be like, oh, my hamsters are getting hungry. They couldn't eat the seeds. I am a of evil and a well, we remember what happened. He threw the hamster at the button.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
That too.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
Do you think they'll be fucked up enough to execute the hamsters? Like on screen? For shock value?
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Go! I do have to do one. Oh, fun. Nagito, you do it. I don't care. Hihiko can't sleep. Nekomaru dangling in midair is a huge hammer. made it because of the lounge clock alarm. You press the button to Grape Hall. Okay, so first thing we're doing here is going to the final dead room. Okay, so I don't think we have that yet. Oh, what's the question? Who said the lounge clock's alarm? Well, Gundam. Okay. Who was in the lounge since early morning? Fuyuhiko. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? I don't have that yet. Nekomaru's weakness is the button. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. Nekomaru dangling in midair. So not there, obviously. Killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? The elevator thing. Just with magic, he knew exactly what to do to break it. Was the fake weapon left at the tower? What, the hammer? The hammer, please. You got it at the lounge. These three. The hamster pressed the weakness over this one. The hamster going all Super Saiyan there. Or Saiyan, or however you say it. The Strawberry Hall got destroyed. When did that happen? Oh yeah, well that would be after all this. Who are the Roman? Oh, we don't have it yet. Okay. Does he need to sleep? Because he wakes up and thrashes about. No, not that. Doorknob came off. Oh, I guess that makes no sense. Kiss the pillar, damn it. Nekomaru wakes up. Right. That's the same as this though, so it's not that. I don't see what kiss the pillar means. When did the strawberry come over? Oh, that would be after. Oh, there we go. That's the one. Stock 3. Hung the loop on the doorknob. That's this here. I woke up at... There's a lounge clock alarm. Messing with the base of the contact elevator. As every hamster raiser knows how to do. Time to figure he could see Nekomaru. David Watch, alarm in Nekomaru's chest. 7:30? Oh, hang on, wait. You wouldn't have had time to do that then. Who heard the rumbling noise? Oh, Kane. There we go. Oh, sorry, that's the image that's already there. Wait, sorry. It's a Kane and, oh, Hajime. Yep. I was at 5:30. It's 2:40 a.m. right now. Oh, wait, hang on. Hamster and murder. Okay. It says who said it, so I didn't think this one should go here because that doesn't answer who, but whatever. Questions don't need answers in logical ways. Who cares? Whatever, anything goes. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? 5:30.
Here's everything that happened.
Which is 7:30. No, wait, sorry, that's not right. 5, which is 7.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
Just a second, something with my camera.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko,
I forgot how
who was
long
at the
these
lounge
are.
by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m. But by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai-Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that.
Wait me when this is over.
However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Oh my god, it's over. I'm awake.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe you killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that!
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Okay. We're gonna see like a huge 0 in the middle of one of these for the octagon thing. Man, what a shame. That would have been such a cool solve, the octagon one, if they had just shown the floor plan more clearly. Oh, I bet that's this one down here. What a huge missed opportunity. Because that would have been actually like that would have still given me pause and been like a really difficult solve, but instead I just had to get lucky.
This result isn't all that exciting.
I concur.
Now then, please pull the lever.
Although it
in
isn't
front of
anyone
you
I
and
ever
cast
imagined.
your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Yeah, trial was alright. I didn't understand I didn't guess the twist with the layout of the building at all. Partially because they basically just lied about the elevator. They were like, well, the elevator, if it's it can't be going that far if we don't feel anything or whatever. Like they didn't literally say those words, but they were leaning toward that. Like, oh, that's being the explanation for why it barely felt like it was moving. And of course, the real reason they did it was because if you could feel it moving, you would know which direction it was moving. So the reason they were like, you can't feel it moving was just so that you couldn't guess what direction it was. But then they started trying to imply that it was because of other things, like it wasn't actually going all that far. Which, I mean, in their defense, they did not literally say that was why. So we're just meant to take it so that Kazuichi was right with his guess that it's just like a super high-tech elevator. So who cares? It's silent. I don't really understand the writing, like what goes through your head when you decide to write a murder that involves tampering with the elevators in a semi-complicated way. Like, I get that just breaking something isn't all that complex, but they made it sound like messing with the security thing was something that you would have to have technical know-how to do. So I don't know why they bothered with that. Like, why not just do the same thing with the elevator as with the door being like they smashed it? And also there were other few hints that it was like clearly trying to point to Kazuichi in a way that like, or so it felt anyway, that it was clearly trying to point to Kazuichi in a way that was like not overt enough that they would think it would be giving it away, but in a way that clearly suggested only someone with technical know-how would be able to do it. Like, I get it doesn't take like, you don't need to be an ultimate mechanic to change the time on a clock, but considering the clocks were wall mounted and apparently all synchronized at the same time somehow, and replaced to their exact positions high up on walls in different places, and that you made use of an alarm function that was hitherto not known by the characters. It just seems weird. I don't feel like I'm being overly assumptive by saying that there was a lot of stuff dropped for Kazuichi, and, you know, with this game's history of making the killers, like, not in every single case, but in some cases making them really, really obvious. I don't think it was... I think it is weird. Well, this is the thing, is like, that's the other thing about the fact that the layout, the building's layout was actually a pretty decent and cool puzzle, but there was no way I was going to have my mind in that space because the rest of the game is full of really weak questions like, what's 7 minus 5, Hajime? So like, why would my mind be there? It's just very antithetical to the idea of like fun and engagement, that the challenge comes not from how complex the puzzle is, or not from some other gameplay thing, but from we bored you so much with basic bitch easy questions for like 5 hours in a row, and then threw one that was interesting at you so you weren't ready for it. I don't really get on with that. But I'm glad I wasn't able to guess it. That makes me happy. Oh, sorry, was he reading this bit?
It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were great once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the Amazing Funhouse was Gundam Tanaka! Nice. Yay, I said that all without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial's finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam. No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
And yet, this game is like 60 hours long, full of people saying things.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake.
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight, that is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too,
He was just trying to cling to life. There are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that. What do you mean? Explain. Fine then. Then I shall reveal it all.
History.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you.
He was serious, too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. So that he could get rid of one more murderer and then just let us all execute him, I guess. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it.
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Mechamaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent. As
Or are they
expected,
suggesting that Nekomaru was just deciding to be a killer
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere.
and get out?
I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten.
That seems
this.
unlikely.
This is great.
With his
What a comforting
demeanor.
atmosphere.
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the
All right, if
gods
he's about to be executed, I'll let him
themselves flee from
go on
me.
one more rant.
I need not cling
I would
to
skip it.
any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
Weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us to just wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall,
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
You flinch, you will
Giving up on
die.
life, that's just an insult to life itself.
me
Have you
ask.
fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life
I
itself?
shall engulf this.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward
I
life.
renounce
It is a
you.
violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that just to try to justify what you did?
But...
It sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Oh,
But
Marty.
even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make
Unlike
history.
Nagito, I only did it once, but... well, he only did it once, he just skewed the odds. Compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that... Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Maybe we're starting to think that. Sorry, I'm so tired. All of a sudden. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name
Just who do you
is
think I am?
Gundam
I am
Tanaka.
Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My constant existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
like
Not in a
dust
million,
in
not
the
in a
wind.
billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium. It is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. Well, he didn't sacrifice himself for us because he would have just taken his own life, or like not hid that he was the killer. Obviously, if his intent was to sacrifice himself for us. Like maybe there was he had some soft spot hidden down there that was like part of the reason, but like that's not really a motive. I think you're reading into that, Hajime. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I got it. I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait.
What happened to the I prepared a very special punishment? This is just too much.
beg of you.
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam. Miss Sonia,
I beg of you.
please, I beg of you.
How pitiful. pitiful.
Sonia, an act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my 4 dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared 4 dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence,
the urge to skip
fearful of
is so
nothing,
strong.
daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've
Oh, there it
got.
is.
It's
No, we still skipped the
punishment
I've got a very special
time!
punishment thing. All right. It's going to be like giant hamsters come out and kill him. And are they going to kill his hamsters too? I could go for them, not. Oh, I missed the Donkey Kong noises. That was so fun. I was riding on a bunch of stampeding animals. Gundam Taka Stampede, Ultimate Breeder Gundam Taka's Execution executed. Oh my god, is he seriously gonna let them die with him? Oh no, he's leaving them behind. Okay, good. I don't know where we are though. Like I guess this is somewhere on the island, but he's drawing a little ritual circle. Oh, that was fast. Sure, that might as well happen. I don't see why not. To hell you don't go, my friend. You go to rabbit heaven. God, I wish they had just, just like got him halfway, then like slipped and dropped him. Gundam! No! No! Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingers deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. It feels like a waste of energy to think about it, if I'm honest. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something!
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. Are you sure? I think he's just a fucking weirdo. You're all full of shit! Every last one of you! But the biggest piece of shit is me!
Worst.
Damn it, why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. And we cared about them so much, and they were such well-rounded people, and they meant so much to us. So, that would really be so sad. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial's over, so it's okay for you to hurry back to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on! How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he gonna keep doing this? How long is this gonna continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey,
Hold on a sec, that mood shift is too damn fast!
Not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said, That's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
And let's go back for now and eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trials come to an end, and once again we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial.
Yes, that's right. Having fun is the foremost concern right now.
But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this. This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all, even if it costs me my life.
obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma
What do I want to bet? It's Sonia's the traitor, Nagito kills her, frames Chiaki. I don't know. Right, Monokuma's arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why is the lonely little Nagito? Are you all alone tonight,
What's the
too?
matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well, is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. I see, so even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally gonna confess your love? I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people on the file I received, but isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even
Well,
know?
there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right? But the Host Peak Academy students should be just 15.
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Host Peak Academy, right? That's right. I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making. If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Host Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey,
Well, there are 16 of us who are all meant to be students of Host Peak Academy, right? I mean, I guess I get you're saying the traitor presumably wasn't, but
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that,
Well,
right? That's not my
right.
point. My point is, you already know who the traitor is. You already know who the traitor is. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Getting all
Well, you're
riled
splendidly
up.
correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along.
well, you mentioned her. I assume he's saying that because earlier you were all like, I don't know who the traitor is because I'm not from the Future Foundation. I think is what is going on here.
Yeah, well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along, but even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me.
Oh, good. We're on the same page there then.
Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through all this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know? Cooperation?
hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right? Yep. If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat
Right.
too. However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no. I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through
you're
me.
right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. Reminds you? I don't know what you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like.
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this. Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone. This scene is so long. I can't rely on anyone in this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question. If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting?
All right, good. Can we stop that there and give me my hamster feed or whatever my key item is? 3 days left, will it be? Or 4? I can forget where we're at. 5. Chapter 4, Do Ultimate Robots Dream of Dream of Clockwork, No Ultimate Clockwork, and Surviving Students 7. Danganronpa. I cannot agree more. Oh, the earring. Oh, that makes sense. Bred for Destruction. Chapter 4. You have obtained a present Hellhound earring. I'd love to save. Thank you. Chapter 5. Here we go. Next time. Yeah, like I said, that trial was okay. It's just there's a lot of shenanigans with phrasing, and like I said, the really like lame answers back to back to back to back to back to back. Oh, suddenly a really interesting one to the point that you're like, not. Like I'm like asleep over here. There's no way I'm suddenly going to be able to comprehend what you're saying. And it was a real shame. That octagon solve would have been really cool if there was any way, if I had any way at that point to clearly see the place from like a top-down view, so that I could actually see that outline. Like they showed that once a little earlier, I think, but there was no way for me, as far as I know, at that point, to know that the quadrilateral went to the wall of the hexagon to know that it would be an 8-sided shape. Nor indeed did we have any reason to suspect that the building was hexagonal all the way, such that that would be inside the walls. Like, I remember what the final dead room looked like, but from where we were, it wasn't clear that that was that it was the outside wall all the way around, I guess, is my point. And actually, that probably would have been a pretty easy... I mean, that would have been an easy thing to solve in, like, one of 3 ways, probably. I mean, number 1, just let me walk around that room as Nagito, and then I would see clearly that, oh, okay, it comes to a point and stops here, so it is this shape. Or, when you're asking the question, allow me to rotate the diagram of the building all the way around so I could look at it from up top and be like, oh, octagon. Because at first I assumed what they were saying somehow was that, because they were like, if there's a quadrilateral and then below that is a 6-sided shape, then where's the 8-sided shape? And it's like, okay, well, below that. Like the way they phrased it felt very much more like they were leading up to that than the other thing. And obviously that wouldn't make sense because with the way we understood it, because the final dead room was on par with Strawberry House Floor 1, but we're also saying they have magic elevators that can move without you feeling, so how would we know if we were in one? Like, if maybe the final dead room took us down 4 floors or whatever. Anyway, it's definitely not the worst trial. The motive, I mean, all right, I guess. I still don't really know what it was. Just Gundam had like a hate boner for decadence and the lifestyle of the fact that they were not able to like actively pursue the way out. But that's the same. That's not different. They were from the other 4 chapters. Exactly. Like, I get that since they didn't have food, they had a time limit on, like, they were going to starve to death. And so that's where the waiting to die comes in. But the underlying principle, I think, of that, unless it's not an underlying principle thing and it's just like a basic, I don't want to wait to die. That's not what life should be about. We should be allowed to like eat and stuff at least. But I thought what they were trying to get at was the beef he had was with the idea of a decadent life of defeat wherein you just like wait for the next bad thing to happen, not death explicitly, which is the same as chapters 1, 2, and 3. We're locked in because we can't go out on the ocean and the robots prevent you from going to all of Jabberwock Island. But I guess that means the thing he actually had beef with was just literally the idea of having a time limit on your life and waiting for it rather than acting. Again, it's not a motive. A motive is a reason someone has to kill a particular person. I mean, it is a motive to kill, period, but it's not a motive to kill Nekomaru, really. Except unless if they were trying to imply that he already knew Nekomaru shared his view on that, and he just was like, well, if we're gonna die, we may as well fight head to head. And so we're saying, if we're saying they met face to face, Nekomaru obviously already knew who the killer was, or the would-be killer, and so he decided at that point to basically to sacrifice himself. So I wasn't exactly wrong, because he does sacrifice himself at that point. I was wrong that was the only killer, but well, yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't any debate over that in the end, because it was Nekomaru who offed himself. He had ways to get out of that otherwise. I agree, it was Gundam who set it up that way. I don't know. Like I was saying, it's probably not worth spending much more energy on, but yeah, anyway, I guess what I'm getting at is that one was just like a little weird. It wasn't like it. Well, I was going to say it wasn't like it outright threw out everything about Gundam's character a la Mikon and Peko. It was just a bit random. I guess I follow with that. I mean, if anything, the twist here is that we've been making him talk a big game, but actually he's mostly a softie who just likes his little hamsters and wants a place to be loved and things. That's been like how his character is up until this point in the game, and so the twist here kind of is just like, oh, actually he's a bit more like you might have imagined at first. He's just like reckless and kind of hot-blooded and lives for the thrill of battle and peril and all that. And again, maybe there's some little tiny thing in there somewhere about he thought that if he could get himself convicted, then he would get everyone else out of the fruit hell at least. I don't know, but then I mean that is such a small part of his arc, if it exists at all, because he didn't, offer himself up at that point, that it's like, meh. It basically doesn't matter. But I'm fairly delighted that basically all of my assumptions about that trial were wrong. Well, except that I knew it was Nekomaru was going to die. But they made that one pretty obvious from, even when you're over at Nezuki Castle, he's all like, if I died, this clock would, and like earlier on, one comes like, if you killed him, it would be a murder. Like they were not hiding that at all, really. But I don't, I'm happy that I didn't get every assumption right, although I'm annoyed by how much of the investigation was clearly slanted in favor of it being Kazuichi. Because again, just because there's obvious stuff that indicates one person, in almost any other mystery game, you'd be like, okay, well, it can't be that. This must be like planted. But with Danganronpa, it so regularly is that, that it's like it's just the most basic thing it could possibly be. The most obvious one is the one who did it. That I was like, oh, I guess it's just Kazuichi. Partway through that. But yeah, Gundam didn't cross my mind in a million years. Not even into the closing argument, I wasn't convinced because I just couldn't think of a reason. But they came up with one, I guess. I mean, at least they tried to come up with a reason for this one. I'm happy about that. I will say, it feels like this game, unlike Danganronpa 1, this game gets better the further you go in most aspects. The first game was the complete opposite. The first two chapters were like some of the best gaming I've ever played. And then chapter 5 was like, what the fuck? How did they fuck it up this bad? For me, anyway, obviously. Anyway, sorry, that was long-winded in many ways. But that is all for now. And the next video on the channel is going to be some more Okami. So do look on out for that, after which we're beginning chapter 5 of this. Yay! I'm so tired. Thank you so very much for coming. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace! It says +1/+1 base. I believe that's +1 to accuracy and +1 to damage output. I think in that order. So I'm going to guess more to accuracy. And I assume it runs similar to the well, granted, this is the game.